When I was about 12 years old, my father passed away, and when he did, it kind of unlocked a lot of my mental health issues. Like, I didn't have very bad depression or anxiety before he passed away, but after he did, I started having anxiety attacks at school. I couldn't go there. I'd be gone for weeks and months at a time, and that was just in middle school. It progressively got worse and worse until right before I finally switched over to the GED program. I had missed 2 months of school straight.
Well, like, I don't know, it all got started when I was 12. Some trauma happened to me, and then I got sent to a facility, and then they diagnosed me with it. And then ever since then, it's been there.
I started when I was 18 years old, fresh out of high school. I just got into the wrong crowds and started drinking and doing drugs and enjoying the partying life, and it kind of caught up to me after a while. I started doing some criminal things you're not supposed to be doing, of course, stealing, breaking into cars and stuff like that, and it just led from one thing to another, and then I just got into it with the law, and here I am 26 now, and I been recently out of prison. I mean, I've been in prison twice, and it's definitely just changed my life, changed the outlook on how I see things in the world, and just knowing that there's something better out there than doing drugs and just leading you to that kind of lifestyle, man. It's just not worth it. I've lost a lot of friends and things like that, and some of the friends that I have lost is kind of a good thing. But just to know that, there are better things out there than, doing drugs and stuff like that, so.
It's tough. Waking up every day, getting ready for school. It's pretty tough, knowing that. I mean, as soon as I step inside the door of school, I see a bunch of faces, get pretty nervous, people will judge, I can't be myself around them, especially people I don't really talk to. School, math, reading, science, also very difficult for me. I try to focus. A bunch of other things go through my head, and it's pretty hard to just sit there for at least 8 hours trying to focus and, try my best. Sometimes even if I try my best, it's still pretty hard to, think about how I'm going to be successful in life if I don't try now, or if I don't focus right now. I might not pass a math test that I've been worried about for already weeks. It's pretty stressful sometimes.
Being an addict, you kind of see outside the world, and sometimes you're alone, and I really got into depression, and I have strong anxiety, so but just the depression and the stress really got to me on just being young. Matter of fact, I had a child at 18 years old, and so that kind of scared me, and I turned to drugs because it was just like some kind of escape plan. And come to find out, I was abusing the drugs and doing pills, methamphetamine, cocaine. I was all around, and I was a sociable user, so I was out, with friends and stuff like that. But a lot of times I would be at home just by myself, crying, being upset, just thinking that everything else in life didn't matter, but just getting that next high. And so I was just chasing that high, and it's a scary thing, man. You lose a lot of money, you lose your friends, you lose your family, and right now I'm just working on establishing my relationships back with the good people in my life, and establishing a relationship with my daughter. You know, that's the most important part, man, is family, and love conquers all. And so, you know, when you get alone and stuff like that, it's best to reach out.
My coping skills really, when I was younger, it was, I just let it build up because I didn't think there was a problem with it. So I'd come home and little things would set me off. I'd come in and my room would have been trashed because my sister walked in there, and I would go into kind of a meltdown and threaten suicide. And as I grew on and I worked with Kelly and I worked with Wraparound and Youth Move, I started getting better coping skills. I'd go and sit in my room and I'd play solitaire, or I'd start writing role plays where I'd take like my favorite character from a video game and write a story based on them. And when I turned 15, I finally had jumped into guitar. I've been trying to learn guitar since I was a little kid. It had been something that I loved. Music was always one of my favorite things, and so when I was 15, I bought myself an electric guitar. I started learning I taught myself how to play it, and from there it kind of took off, and I've been using that as my coping skill. I'll get upset and angry, I'll go in there and I'll play something heavy. I'll get depressed, I'll go in there, I'll play something soft and quiet. And when I was living with my mother, she could kind of tell how I was doing based on what I was playing in the room. And guitar and music has become one of my greatest coping skills. And besides that, I've also gotten into coding. A lot of what I do today, I got into because of it helped me cope with life itself.
Everybody's depression is different, and they take it all in a different way.
How can somebody whose friend is experiencing something like this help?
If your friend is going through hard times, talk to them, be there for them, comfort them, and always let them know that you're there for them.
One thing that a lot of people, it's kind of a misconception about mental health, is that you can look at someone and instantly tell whether or not they have a mental health problem. You can see someone sitting in a corner and you'll know they'll be the one that's kind of depressed, or the person that's bouncing their leg and you think they have ADHD. But then there's the bigger problem where there's the person sitting next to you that you think that they have the perfect home life, or they're just the smiley, bubbly person that everybody loves, and when they go home they shut themselves in a dark room for hours on end, and they're the ones with the really big problems too. And that's something that a lot of people need to learn, is that you cannot judge a book by its cover and see when somebody has a mental illness.
Hi, my name is Matt Ogan, and I'm the youth liaison of an organization called Youth Move, which strives to let youth who experience mental illness have their voices heard in the community. We want to invite you to an event that we're holding on May 26th at 6:30 p.m. at the station in Springdale. We're calling it Every Person Has a Story because we want to know that every person really has a story. We hope you saw that on the video today, and we hope that you can come out and either share your own story or hear those of others to build relationships with people in your community and really understand how this works and how we can help one another. We hope to see you there.